Hey YouTube, Survival Every Day. Got a new knife. It's obviously from Kershaw. This knife is being reviewed by a couple of people, nothing fancy, so not trying to reinvent the wheel, so to speak, with a new review of not a newish knife, but I wouldn't say it's like an old knife. But anyway, it is the Kershaw, and it's a Skyline. And the 760 Skyline, and you guys are familiar with knives. I'm sure. I'm sure you've seen this knife and know some of the things about this knife. Why it's kind of I think a bit of a popular knife. And the biggest thing about this knife is its weight. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep this on a close up. Hopefully you guys can see it. If you, the weight on this knife is like 2.3 ounces or something nutty like that, which, I mean, really, it feels like hardly anything there. If you compare it to like my Tremor, which is, I think it's like 6 ounces, a little over 6 ounces. I mean, that's a huge weight savings for an EDC. Love my Tremor, and great knife. The Tremor open 9 inches, blade is 3 3/4, and closed it's 5 1/4. So then you compare it to this knife, which closed it's 4 1/4. So you're kind of saving, I guess, an inch on the overall length. And then also, I think open, I think it's like 7 1/2 or 7 3/8 or something like that. And I didn't do that very well, but as you can see, I hope you guys can see that, the overall length. Let me take it off of macro here. The overall length from tip to back. And actually, it looks like it's like a whole 2-inch difference, maybe 2 and a little bit inch difference. But the thing about this particular knife, the blade on it is a 3 1/8. So you're really not losing that much of for what you're gaining. You have a nice size blade length close to this, but you're maintaining, so you're maintaining the blade, but you're gaining the weight savings, the smaller in size. Now obviously there are two different types of blades. One you would consider, I guess, like a drop point or like a spear blade, and that's another reason why I actually got it. Talk about like a self-defense knife. I know I'm gonna get maybe a ding on a comment on that, like, oh, they don't call that a knife, do you? But you really, I mean, that's if for, obviously you don't want to be forward slashing like that, but if you at an angle into keeping it flat as you go, you'll get it in between two ribs, especially in the right near the sternum to your opponent's left. You'll hit the heart. And one of the things that I liked about this particular knife, especially with that in mind, is that this finger cutout down here. Okay, with this finger cutout, you have some real estate to stop if you're stabbing into something that is a huge sort of like little break there, so that you're not slipping and running your finger along the blade. And in knife fighting, or someone that's been involved in a fight with a knife, they usually have injuries on themselves, on their hands, from the knife. So this was another reason for buying it, really, other than obviously the more important thing was the weight savings. Now really, when you look at this, the reason why it's so light, it only has basically one internal rib compared to the Tremor. So you have two, and here you only have one. And as you can see, the pocket clip is a lot smaller. It's a little fatter or wider, different. You know, it's that bead blasted metal, so that will show up on your jean pocket or your pant pocket a little bit more. It's only got two little screws holding it in, but I've never had a problem with any of these Kershaw clips. I've always maintained their strength and rigidity. Now this is again, this one is a bead blast, and it's a beautiful beautiful finish on it. And this is another reason why I bought this. And I know it sounds nutty, but because you can't find a lot of stuff made in the United States anymore. But there it is, bam, boom, made in the United States. And that means a lot. Anyway, so one of some of the complaints on this particular knife are that this blade lock on here is small and hard to get to in order to close it. It does have a thumb knob on it, and I've heard that, or read that it's really not that effective, but obviously as you can see it, I think it is. Another reason why I bought this knife was because of the blade activation on it. It's not as quick and smooth, I think, as the Tremor, but still, it's a very nice knife. Yeah, so it falls into the my new theory, and on EDC, and especially with the summer coming up. I have another 2 videos here that I'm not too sure if I'm going to put in front of this one, but I have a new flashlight and a new multi-tool, and they're small. They don't weigh a lot, and with that, this, and the new 380, the Ruger LCP that I have, talk about weight savings for an everyday carry. With all of this combined, I mean, I should really add up all the weight that I'm saving. Lower weight, the more you're going to carry it, and really, if you're really going to live the true EDC lifestyle, you gotta carry it. So anyway, so the blade on this, I think it is a 14C28 something N, I think that's it, yeah. So it's 14C28N versus the blade that was on this. I think this was the common 8CR 13 MOV blade. So obviously it's like a stainless steel, with other materials in it to help keep the sharpness, help eliminate some of the rust, and I tell you, this knife is sharp. All right, so yeah, so this knife, let me do the quick little, yeah, look at that. Nice, very sharp, very nice. All right, so the Skyline, great EDC. I think as I got this in the mail, and as I was watching on YouTube, I think Brothers Keeper, and I've mentioned him a couple times in some of my videos. Brothers Keeper, if you've seen some of his videos, this is actually one of his new EDC carries. So for summer, so as you can see, compared to the Tremor, just because it's a heavier knife, and I think the blade's heavier, it just whips out. There's no wrist motion in it compared to this. Wow, you really have to put some force on it. But anyway, also just a quick comparison. Here's my Spyderco, and as you can see, quite a difference in size, width, I should say. But yeah, this is, I would highly recommend this knife for that. Oh, by the way, real quick, yeah, G10 handles, just if I didn't mention it, and it does have a lanyard hole on it, and highly recommend this for a EDC carry. And again, that spear point on it makes for a good self-defense weapon. And I know people are going to say it's a small knife, but still, something is better than nothing. Anyway, thanks for watching, YouTube.